welcome. Should we talk about psychology? Today I am here to talk about gratitude. I decided to talk about gratitude because gratitude comes up in lectures. I give lectures and every once in a while gratitude comes up, but it's never the main topic. It's always sort of like a supporting character in some other story that I'm telling. So I wanted to just look into gratitude, just focus on it and see what's going on there. And so that's what I did. That pretty much brings you up to speed where we are. So let's talk about gratitude. I should say, before I go on, there are different ways to think about gratitude, or I don't know, define or whatever. There's other ways to think about gratitude. I am just going to focus on a very social situation where one person has done us a kindness. One person does us a favor and then we feel grateful in response. So that's really all I'm talking about here. Let's talk about it. So first of all, what is gratitude? It's an emotion. Gratitude is an emotion. It's this it's a positive emotion. So it's a positive feeling with these feelings of appreciation. Feelings of thankfulness. Gratitude it's a social emotion. So it's a little bit different than emotions like fear or anger, which are those are pretty broad. Gratitude is a social emotion. So it involves thinking about people. Gratitude hangs out with other emotions like empathy and guilt, where there is a feeling involved, but it's really focused in this social setting. So gratitude is an emotion. It's a social emotion. And even though it's a little bit different from more basic emotions like anger or fear, I do think that gratitude can be pretty intense. I do think it can be a pretty intense experience. So imagine you've just checked out at the grocery store a couple of minutes ago and you're leaving. You're walking across the parking lot to your car, however your situation works. You're almost gone. And you hear somebody running behind you and saying, hey, hey. And you turn around and they say, you forgot your credit card. That's some intense gratitude, right? That's a pretty intense emotional response I think most of us have in that situation. And I'll be honest, in that situation, some other things might be going on, a little bit of relief. Maybe when somebody heard somebody running behind them, there was a moment of fear and then some relief. So it's might not be pure gratitude. But I do think most of us would be quite grateful. You got to feel grateful to a person physically running to save you some trouble. It really is. They have gone above and beyond expectations. We would feel grateful to that. So that's what gratitude is. It's an emotion. It's a social emotion when we feel appreciation, and it feels good. It's a positive emotion. Now, when do we feel grateful? Because we don't just give it away, right? We don't just feel grateful to any old buddy doing any old thing. No, conditions must be met. Before we will feel grateful, usually 3 conditions must be met. First, whoever did us the favor or the kindness, they had to do it intentionally. They had to kind of mean it. It can't be an accident. It can't be something that somebody was forced to do. That's not really intentional. So they have to kind of mean it. It has to be kind of intentional. 2, it had to require a little bit of work. Like there has to be a little bit of effort involved in the favor, in the kindness. We're not that appreciative of something that required no effort, even if we like it. So like, I don't know, this is the example that I came up with. It's not great, but it's all that I've got. But like if we imagine like our partner comes home and they give us a flower, and we're like, oh, where'd you get that? And they're like, oh, the person over there is just giving them away. The truth is, it's my dog. The truth is, we may like that flower. We may, no problem here with the flower, but we probably aren't going to be grateful to our partner. Like it's just because it didn't take much effort. Wasn't very difficult for them. So they've got to mean it, and they've got to put in a little bit of effort. Condition 3. This is where things get a little dicey, I think. Condition 3 is that whatever favor is being done, whatever kindness is being done, the recipient has to want it. It has to be something they value. Whatever kindness is being done, it has to be wanted. It has to be wanted by the recipient. So that's what gratitude is. It's this emotional response of appreciation when someone goes out of their way to do us a kindness. Now, for me, the next question was, why? Why do we have gratitude? Like, why is it part of the human experience? I don't have that kind of answer. I don't have that kind of insight to what's going on. But I do think that gratitude pretty clearly plays an important role in our relationships. It's a social emotion. It plays a role in our social relationships. And it seems to strengthen relationships. When gratitude is present, that seems to strengthen our relationships. And in a couple of different ways. So one thing that happens sort of on like the personal experience side of things, when we feel grateful, when we feel that experience of gratitude, that is thought to be kind of like an alert. It's sort of like to let us know that like this person who's helping us, pay attention to them. This person seems solid. Here's the deal. Here's the real truth about people. We are near constantly, I think, this is maybe my opinion, trying to identify who is likely to cooperate with us in the future and who is likely to shaft us. And so gratitude seems to kind of be part of that system. So when we feel gratitude, when we feel grateful, it might be like our system saying, this person, they seem like they might not shaft you in the future. Check this out. So that seems to help strengthen our relationship sort of on the personal side. But gratitude doesn't end there. We don't usually just feel grateful and then go about our business. We tell people, we communicate, we let the person know. If somebody does us a favor or a kindness and we are grateful, we tell them, we let them know. Sometimes we send them a card. Like that's how important it is to let somebody know, I am thankful and appreciative of what you did. That we very much will go out of our way to let them know. And there are some real benefits to doing that. One, the person feels valued. When we acknowledge, like, I see that you went out of your way for me. You did something you didn't have to do, and it was a little bit of work for you, and you did it just for my benefit. When we acknowledge that for that person, it lets them know that they're valued and they feel valued. So first of all, it's kind of just, sending out good vibes, sending out some good vibes, returning the favor in a way. But beyond that, gratitude is important to express if we feel it. I do not encourage false gratitude. I don't even know if anybody falls for that. But I will say this. We are clued in to gratitude. We pay attention to not just when people are grateful to the things we have done, but to the things other people have done. We are monitoring each other's gratitude, and that is going to influence how we interact with them in the future. So gratitude, pretty important. It is pretty important in our relationships. It is good to feel, and it is good to express. So that's pretty much all I got. I do have one question. So I don't even know if this is really a question, but I'm going to throw it out there. I was wondering, I did have the question. Do you think that there can be too much gratitude? Do you think that gratitude kind of has to be in proportion to the favor that was given, that if we do something small and somebody's really grateful, that that would be sort of uncomfortable? I feel like it would, but then this is what I realized. It doesn't come up a lot. I couldn't think of a single example in my lifetime where I was like, calm down, you're being too grateful. That doesn't really happen. So I guess it's more of a theoretical problem. But I don't know. I did kind of think there probably does need to be some kind of balance between the favor and the gratitude. But I don't know. But let me know. Let me know what you think. And let me know any other questions that you have. This is kind of what I'm thinking. So this was sort of the base, I wanted to just, talk about what gratitude is, get my bearings on it. And then we can sort of see I want to see your questions and see if we can, sort of build on this and sort of what's the next question now that we know what gratitude is, what's the next question to chase? So I want to know your ideas and your thoughts and the questions you have. Let me know what they are. And otherwise, thank you for sticking with me to the end. And I hope to see you soon. Oh, I do need to say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This video is probably going to be too long. But my next video, so when I was learning about this stuff, when I was learning about gratitude, I learned there's a whole literature on gift giving. And my next video is going to be about gift giving. So I hope to see you soon, hopefully when we're talking about gift giving. See ya.